Hey guys, welcome back to the stream, twitch.tv/speedrun on a beautiful March day. And we're starting off with some SM64 70-star Division 2 league races. Well, actually, we've got 3 today, but our first one is going to be between Xein64 and JJsrl. And I've got none other than Ruby making a reappearance on commentary. How are you doing today?
Yeah, it's been a little while since I've commentated, so hopefully Badronis will carry me through this. But yeah, excited to be doing commentary again.
Awesome. So looking at both these runners, JJ is doing pretty well in the league. He's actually up in 4th place. And both of them have actually PB'd recently. JJ's got a 50.05, nearly a 49. And Zion's a bit farther behind, a 51.54. But he did get that in a league race, which is pretty promising considering how much more pressure there is in a league race environment with all these people watching. So it's got to be tough for Zion, try to go up against him with a better PB, but also it doesn't really mean much when you have such a long race, and typically a 70-star race is full of mistakes, and especially in Division 2, Tibby can cost you multiple minutes. So it's really going to be a test of consistency, and both Zion and JJ are very consistent players, or at least try to be.
And yeah, like you mentioned, with the added pressure of the league race as well, having to try and perform under that kind of pressure, it's not easy. So good luck to both these runners. Hopefully we can get a very nice race out of them both.
Yep. I think the big difference is going to be once we're about in like basement, fire sea. Because in lobby, both Zion and JJ take it really comfy in Womps. So I hope we don't see any like 30-second plus leads develop, but even so, it's not really going to be that damaging, because later in the runners we're going to see a lot more mistakes. And in Womps, we're probably not going to see any like insane paces coming out of Dark World. Might even take the owl or do some like half cycle 100 coins. But yeah.
Both runners getting that nice Lactu skip. Always a good way to start off the run. I'm also not entirely sure of each runner's routes that they're going to be doing. They might choose to do safer routes for a race, or stick to their guns with whatever they do.
Yeah, that's true. I think that JJ has been, actually I take that back. I don't know, but we've seen SM18 be a big issue for a lot of racers so far in the league. Zion actually impressive save on the bomb clip. We saw he didn't throw the bomb on the jump he wanted or something like that, but he managed to save it anyway.
Yeah, both runners still very, very close, getting those first 2 tricks out of the way. And yeah, so both of them also going for the slide before Womps, both saving that 1 second. Very, very important. it can actually, those seconds can definitely decide a race sometimes. We've seen some very, very close races in the past. So.
Yeah, definitely. It's also nice just for continuity. We'll know exactly how far apart they are. And also playing on the same version, there's not going to be any difference.
English a little bit faster for 70-star, of course. Both runners opting to use it. And yeah, so we got a 12-9 there.
Zion actually went past the first star, getting the 1 in the box. This is not something you see often, and is actually not recommended, because if you do fail the slide and you can't like actually spawn the first star, or it might be faster to not spawn the first star, then you can get the box anyway. But in Zion's case, he can't mess it up.
You do generally want to keep that box for a backup, just in case you do make a mistake, but I mean, in terms of time, he shouldn't have lost anything for that, really.
No.
But yeah, seeing JJ going for the full cannonless setup here, taking a bit of time there just to make sure he's got the exact right start, and he gets the star. Zion slightly quicker, using the same setup, but both of them getting it. Neither of them showing any signs of mistakes at the moment. Like you said, they are consistent.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll have to see. JJ going for a half cycle, looks like. Both of them going for half cycle in this Womps 100 coin.
A lot of times if you see someone go for Kinless first, they'll also get Atlas Sadly before 100 coin. Makes me wonder if either Zion, JJ, or both of them will just be taking the owl at the end, because a lot of times in WOMs. Well, I mean, if you do the owl, you have to do it last. But a lot of times you'll try to get Owless and Kinless out of the way as a pair. So it's kind of interesting that they do Kinless and then right into 100 coin.
I don't know if you caught that, but Xein was very close on that spinning platform to not quite making it, but luckily does make it. And yeah, like you said, it'll be interesting. Normally we see runners either go for Owless first or second, generally depending on the Canless setup that they go for. But yeah, maybe we'll be seeing double Owl in this race.
It would be pretty interesting to see. I did say that both of them appreciate the comfy WOMs, but that is extraordinarily comfy. Most people will still do Owless.
Yeah, it is comfy, but you know, it's a league race. You want to. It's more about consistency rather than just all that speed. So
yeah,
could be a smart play on both of them.
Yeah, definitely. And we see it there in the 100 coin. Both of them not only going for half cycle, but Xein took it pretty slow on the islands as well. Like a top player could probably do that about 2 seconds quicker, but Xein wanted to make sure he didn't miss any coins and was able to grab all the reds properly. Okay, JJ is doing Owless. And I think that's a good choice, but Xein is actually starting with Wild Blue. And JJ, believe it or not, he's actually pretty good at double jump Owless. It's something about him, Ouija, and a couple other people. Maybe they've just figured it out a little bit.
Maybe. Yeah, but judging by this star order from Xein, it does look like he will be skipping Owless unless he does it right now. You wouldn't want to do it if you did it after the WOMs because you'd get the lag from the tower. So
yeah,
pretty much confirming here that Xein will be doing the owl, using the owl to get to that star. And nice and comfy, but safe for a race. So no judgment from me.
Yep. And you got JJ coming up to the WOM fight again. He'll probably be about 10 seconds ahead out of WOMs if he doesn't make any more mistakes, which is not too bad for Xein, because you just want to stay competitive. You don't want to let your opponent get out to a big lead early on. So it's going to be just one more star for Xein. No, 2 more, my bad. Fortress and then Owl. And JJ's only got the Owl left, so he's going to be making up a little bit of time in WOMs here. Xein actually doing some fence clips. But sliding down. It's gonna cost him a bit of time. He's gonna go.
Yeah, he's gonna be just going up to the green island there. Does get the triple jump though. That was a nice backup, I suppose. But yeah, not quite getting up. I did notice as well. You know, JJ not going for the fence clips, but you know, Xein going for. Oh, JJ did go for that time actually. I don't think he. I think he messed up the first time maybe, but.
JJ
is going to be finishing up WOMs Fortress here with a 657 look like. So
pretty good.
Not a bad start from these runners, yeah. Xein getting that owl star. Owlful, if you will.
Yep. Nice comfy job on the star for Xein, and JJ already into the slide. So we'll actually see the lead go a bit more towards Zein's direction because he'll get the shorter star. Whereas JJ has to get the box, but that's just kind of how it goes.
And you know, Xein playing it a little bit comfy with the owl, but you don't want the to go through Owless and mess it up and make that lead even bigger. So you know, just playing it safe. If you keep it, bonk on the wall there, gonna lose a couple of seconds there, but yeah, you want to really try and keep the gap as close as possible, because if the other player makes a mistake, like we've got Bowser and Darkboard coming up after this wing cap, if we see a death here or something, it could very much change the course of this race.
Xein's actually being really slow on these red coins, not going for any arcs at all. JJ's saving a ton of time here, just with the faster flying speed.
Yeah, Xein really wanted to just play it safe, not make any huge mistakes, but he's going to be that little bit of time that JJ is making up, you know, from just playing a little bit riskier. It is going to add up, but Xein wanted to be as consistent as possible.
True.
So.
Well, on the one hand, going for try-hard reds is probably not the best idea in a race. But still, you could miss the first 2 reds, and if you had great flying, probably get about the same end time as Xein got there. Just because he played it so safe. Alright, JJ going for Sig here in Dark World. Let's see what he's got. Xein not far behind him, so this is still pretty close. He's only about 15 seconds ahead. Alright, good amps. No trouble so far. Poverty Sig movement.
Yeah, it looks like Xein a little bit slow there, but managing, I think, just be able to stay on Shig pace. A little bit of an awkward movement there going around that crystal. But I think he might be able to just make it.
Yeah, he's got it,
And
no
he
problem.
does. Yeah.
A bit slower. But clean Dark Worlds from both. And that's good to see.
That's the important part. Both of them get in the same cycle, even if Xein was a little bit slower.
Wow,
With the double
first.
firsties though, does make up a little bit of time at the end there. So nicely done from him. And the Bowser dance for JJ, saving just a little bit more time with a big throw into the bomb.
So that's pretty cool. JJ got some nice RNG, and Xein actually got the pro double firsties at the end, which is probably not what he was going for, but maybe just kind of like a happy little accident there. He's like, I'll take it, saving a quick second over JJ, but JJ saved about half second in the dance and about like 2 more seconds by Xein missing the throw.
Yeah, at least he didn't throw Bowser completely off the stage, which would have lost him around about 15 seconds, I want to say, or 10 seconds.
Probably, I think it's only about 10
around.
for the first one.
Yeah.
If you can grab him instantly.
It's more like 15 for the Fire Sea, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy is like 12 or so. But it's still a big mistake. Okay. JJ kind of belly sliding on the ground. He said that he actually doesn't, or last time I checked, he was doing like 1-button rollouts most of the time, which means you can get a ton of dust for absolutely no reason. Where if you do a 2-button rollout like you're supposed to do, you have 2 frames to hit the dustless rollout frame, which means that it's like only 1/15 of a second, which means you can do it pretty much every time if you kind of have a good feel for the game. So JJ kind of belly sliding there.
Yeah, Xein definitely had much cleaner movement there, so you're going to be making up a little bit of time, especially with doing that speed kick in the middle as well. JJ getting caught on the banister there just a little bit. So, you know, even these tiny mistakes that you maybe wouldn't really think about too much, it's making the gap just that little bit closer.
This is crazy. He's going for 100 coin first.
Yeah, 100 coin first. I mean, if you're doing CCM17, you might as well.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to. Xein going for the nice and comfy wall kicks will work. Kind of understandable. He's you know, not going for owlers and stuff like that. And that's only 2 seconds slower than the pro wall kicks, so.
Yeah. And honestly, the way JJ does wall kicks will work is about the same speed as Xein. It's about the same as like the try-hard beginner strat, where he's actually going to do like a low wall kick and then do like 2 wall kicks to get up to the star. It's really weird. Like, I don't think anyone else does it because if you're going to do the backflip, the main danger is missing the wall kick and dying. But I guess he just doesn't want to bonk and lose time, so he's just going to do this like hybrid comfy strat, which will be about like a 10-second star.
Alright, and JJ here finishing up this 100 coin, getting out of the way straight away. We're going to see Xein probably going for that 100 coin now. Showing he's also doing CCM17. Oh, he's going for CCM18. Going to be doing these slide stars, so a bit of a different route here from the 2 runners. Xein CCM18, JJ CCM17, so be interesting to see where they make up the other star. And I wonder as well. Oh yeah, I see that from JJ.
Oh, bad angle.
Doesn't quite get the angle, but yeah, that's an interesting strat there. Yeah, I would assume JJ doesn't go for double pillar, so he may be doing H and C early.
Yeah, that would be my guess too. And I'm looking to race the penguin. This has actually been something that's been unnecessarily difficult for a few runners, but in the same breath, like, you gotta respect the race setting where the penguin is kind of a wild card, and it's a lot safer to just ignore it altogether. But on the other hand, if you get the penguin, then you get a pretty comfy route after that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it was Cartoon and Buffoon where the penguin fell off during the race or
Yeah,
something.
it was.
Yeah. So definitely a risk, but it is very, very rare that the penguin actually falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see Xein racing the penguin now. JJ going to be going into BBH a little bit sooner than Xein, collecting one less star. But yeah, wondering. I imagine the routes will sync up again in Rainbow Ride.
Whoa,
And,
Xein!
oh, Xein!
Wow.
He did get a safety red. He did get a
Yeah, he
safety red,
did.
so that
He's still
might have been
okay.
intentional.
I don't know if that was intentional, but making me jump
Well,
out of my seat just a little bit there. I don't know if that's really the best way to go about it if you do want to skip a couple coins.
yeah, I mean, it could.
Oh, wow!
Oh,
Xein missed the long jump and not getting the star. He could have slid off. In that second angle, you know, luckily was able to get the star. But wow, Xein making everybody sweat a little bit.
yeah, all of that comfy play from earlier on just being thrown out the window in this one star. But yeah, I mean, it could be intentional that he did the 2-coin skip on that corner because he did gain a lot of speed. So, you know, getting the extra red coin for the safety, and then when he realizes he does have 3 coins still spare, to skip those 2.
Possible.
Yeah, it could be a strat. But yeah, JJ going to be finishing up BBH in just a moment with this star. And it's fine. Entering to do his first star.
Alright, JJ gonna be coming down to basement now, where the run's really gonna start to heat up here. We said that the run shouldn't be too different in the early game, although we do see a route change. Xein and JJ are not more than like 15 seconds apart, probably. Whereas this is gonna really change everything in SSL, depending on how well they can both do. Plus, JJ, I would say he's pretty good at it. But honestly, I've seen a lot of meltdowns where you miss it like 2-3 times and then you don't know what to do. You kind of having to respawn the bomb, you're bleeding time, you're dying in the quicksand, and it's a nightmare. You really want to avoid that.
There's a lot that can go wrong with Pillars, which makes it that bit more scary, you know. Even once you've gotten past some of the earlier sections of it, you can still fail it. And in a tournament setting, it can be just that bit more scary. Oh, and he doesn't get the back over the stand dune there with the bomb. So you're gonna have to get his first backup, burning that.
Oh, he got bombed by the bird! Actually able to direct his dusty slide to land on the ramp leading up to the pyramid, otherwise he would have fallen in the quicksand most likely. So luckily, JJ's still kicking. But man, that was a pretty funny fail.
I don't think I've seen someone miss the bird like that, where they get actually bopped by it and knocked back down, but gets the big bomb again. This time getting over the sand dune.
It's a good angle.
His ground pounds. Getting up the pyramid, and he's in there.
That's good. Lost about 7-8 seconds to the first attempt, but all things considered, could have been a lot worse, and I think he'll happily put that one in the past. Keep moving, keep playing the run.
Xein with a bit of a bonk on the bottom of the paint in there.
What? JJ's going for double plus here. Big bomb again. Can he make it in? This is actually really bold from JJ.
And we've got Xein doing pillars as well on the other side.
And he's got it. Can he clip in? Okay, don't grab the pyramid star. And wow, JJ's got it. Xein looks like he's got it too. Both runners popping off. Xein took a long time to get in there, but finally managed to in the end. And we're actually seeing SSL secrets come out in the race.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting that from JJ, honestly. So it looks like he probably will be doing HNC late along with Xein. So the route will probably sync up. But it's already synced now. But we'll have to see what happens after Lethal Lava Land.
Xein's lucky the fly guy didn't aggro him. He didn't go far enough right on the pillar. JJ neither. I think the fly guy could have aggroed him there. But luckily, playing nice, letting both runners get a clean talent star.
Yeah, no. Although Xein was a little bit slow on that pillars with the pyramid, you know, he will have made a bit of time there, maybe on JJ.
Yeah. We've been relatively low on mistakes in the early game, and especially through SSL. Zion's about 15 seconds behind, as it was before, because the routes have finally lined up again. So JJ's mistake on the first place has been kind of canceled out by him going for the double.
Definitely was not expecting that from JJ in this race. Yeah, JJ immediately going for the wing cap for the red hot log rolling. Xein going into the pyramid, probably going to be going for lava boost here at the start. Going for a long jump lava boost, getting up there. Nice.
Yeah, good stuff from Zion. I see a lot of people do a triple jump lava boost, but I feel like that shot is like it's like trying a bit too hard to be comfy. You can do this long jump one very consistently as well, and a lot of top players will actually do this in races, even though a Akira boost is still pretty comfy in my opinion. Or at least it's a good balance between speed and consistency. JJ and Zion picking, I think, a very good RTA lava boost to do that doesn't lose too much time.
And Commentator learning that his main lava boost strat is too comfy.
Oh, I forgot you did triple jump.
It's all good. The Xein getting the second volcano star, doing both of them immediately. Go see JJ going for the triple kill. Only gets two of them, but the over bully does turn around and gets bopped into the lava. So a nice, not too bad bullies from JJ.
Not too bad at all. Still cruising, still showing off his very high level of consistency, which has been the main reason why he's done so well in the race. Zion, on the other hand, 3 HP in a battle to the death with the bully. One hit will decide it. Okay.
Zion going for the ledge grab skip, not quite getting it, so he aggroed the bully and almost paid the price. And JJ just getting the nice and easy red coin star here. And
Zion's had a few close calls, but he's been able to hold it together so far. You gotta wonder, will this keep happening? Because if so, eventually something is going to go wrong. He's going to make a big mistake. Or is he actually going to be able to just keep his feet under him and really stay strong with JJ? So he is the underdog, but he's not playing like it right now. He's kind of equal to JJ in most aspects, and maybe not in terms of the PB, but in other aspects, he's doing most of the same strats. He's playing very consistently, and he's doing really well. This is definitely like another like PBable pace for Zion. We'll have to see how Fire Sea goes.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got one more star here for JJ. And we've got 2 more for Zion before finishing up here in Lethal Lava Land. Getting the last volcano star here with JJ. And the red coin star from Zion.
Interesting shot from JJ here. I don't really like that pole movement. I think he had the bad camera angle, so he decided to just hop off and do a long jump there, but made me sweat yet again. Another situation where the strat is a bit safer than normal, but also looks a bit more sketchy.
Yeah, we'll be seeing JJ here on his way to Dire Docks. Gonna be seeing Zion joining there soon. Both players with 30 stars. Still not a huge difference between the two players.
So JJ hit the door? Sorry.
It was 22-29 when the door opened for JJ, the star door. So we'll see what the difference is between these players. Zion with a nice little wall kick there. Having a little bit of castle movement flexing. And the door opens.
Over 20 seconds. JJ's missed the first chest though. This is actually a big mistake. And the second miss here. Zion can actually catch up on the first chest in Dire Docks. JJ, his first big mistake of the run, and it comes to this star. And it's not such an easy star to do well. I mean, all things considered, but still, JJ, uncharacteristic mistake, and Zion just showing him how it's done. Calmly swimming through these chests and getting pretty good touches as well, not wasting too much time on the turns, and saving quite a bit of time here. JJ's also eating some lag to the whirlpool, missing some swims. Zion looking a lot cleaner in the water.
Yeah, even from just this start, like, doesn't really get too much for it normally. The Zion's actually closed the gap quite a bit, so pretty big mistake there from JJ. Re-entering DDD at 23:39. So yeah, that gap has closed considerably down to just, what was that, 8 seconds?
Yeah, 7 or 8. So this is such a close race now. They're both just going to be swimming to the sub. And this is kind of been the picture of the whole run. Xein just a little bit behind, but not giving in to JJ. And although it was early on when JJ took the lead, he hasn't really done anything since then to extend it. Zion's actually been blow for blow, and it really just has been like a comfier Womps. That's been the difference maker.
Yeah, it was mostly, Xein taking that little bit of a comfier Womps, and JJ, it just gone for a bit of a riskier Womps, which was the difference, like you said at the beginning. But since then, Xein has been doing pretty much the same things as JJ over than the double pillarless. We've got the Manta Ray. Can be a very tricky thing if you miss the first ring, but no problem for JJ this time. And Xein should also be pretty comfy here.
Yeah, Manta is also pretty infamous in Sunshine. JJ would have had... Like, Manta in Sunshine is just such a variant star where you can lose like 10-15 seconds for no reason. Actually, hold on. We're in Fire Sea. Let's see if JJ can get this lava boost early at least. He's actually really good at it for his apparent skill level in the game. He's been put a lot of work into Fire Sea, and in races he's been performing. But it's pretty dead as I hype him up there. Not able to get to the pull on the wall kick. Just a bad angle on this long jump hit that Zion's about to do, and that should work out for him. Able to get the wall kick up to the pull. JJ 3 reds down, but Xein can really make it up by getting a fast cycle here.
Yeah, JJ missing that wall kick there as well. Gonna be losing maybe a bit more time.
Oh, Xein was on for lava boost, but then he didn't side flip. That's gonna be it. But he can still get early cycle, possibly.
Oh, he's having a bit of trouble there in that little section. Might still be able to get the early Ellie's, but gonna definitely have to go quick here.
Nope.
Getting the red coin, might be able to get the triple
Wait a minute, no way! Xein making the early cycle at the last possible moment, catching up to JJ. They're on the same part of the level now. Xein actually getting the 7th red with relative ease. JJ spawning the star just before Xein grabs the 8th red coin.
Yeah, Xein is a little bit... Oh yeah, just makes it onto that ledge. It was very close. He went for just a dive into the lava. But I guess knows what he's doing and manages to get there. But yeah, definitely closing the gap there, getting that early Ellie's just about. But JJ, his lead is closing, but yeah, we'll have to see what happens upstairs as he hits this Bowser throw.
Xein also has pretty recently switched from a Hori main to an OEL main. Oh, also going for that half spin throw like he usually does. It loses like 2 seconds, but you'll never miss him. But also B, if you have like the God spin, you can actually hit the throw and save a bunch of time. By a bunch of time, I mean like 1 extra second. So it's really not worth it unless you're worried about missing the throw.
Alright, time for upstairs now. JJ getting to that door first. I think that was 27:20 was when he touched the door. We'll have to see when Xein does it. Looking to be about... Oh, I feel like he missed the door for a second there. About 12 seconds though, the difference. And Wet Dry World to start off this upstairs. Going for the 100 coin here. And yeah, we wouldn't expect like the double box kick or anything from these runners, but
yeah, I don't think double box kick is super hard, but it's also like not all too worth it.
Oh, Xein not getting all the coins there from that spider. You can miss 1 coin.
You can go back and get it though. I think it's in a good spot. Oh wow,
that is a good spot actually. Yeah, for it to just nab it on the way past.
I didn't think it would be all the way over there, but still good RNG for Xein. And able to collect all the coins he still has to spare, which is really nice when you get up to these 10 coin boxes, because you could miss one. Yeah. Wow, JJ purposely tried to not move to avoid the imp, but still got hit anyway. Game just doesn't like him too much, I guess.
Oh, Xein? Oh, I was a bit scared of the angle that he had for the triple jump there, but does get the wall kick, and yeah, pretty clean there from him. But JJ actually got the secret before breaking the box there, so Yeah, you're going to be throwing this chuck now. Still got that spare coin in hand. So you can skip one down here.
Yeah, closing this one out, and Xein pretty close behind, also having a decent 100 coin. This is a pretty difficult star, and it's great to see both runners just managing it so cleanly.
Yeah, I mean, the runners have really
Bit of
been
lag from the water rising.
Yeah. But yeah, the runners have, for the most part, been this kind of close together the entire way. You know, once again, just showing that consistency. And the mistakes that they have been making have been relatively similar in terms of time losses.
Yeah, both of them going for the same strats here. No trips on wall kicks. I wouldn't expect to see one either. But both actually, no, Xein went for top of the town. My bad. JJ doing the elevator star. And a good wall kick angle. You can actually get caught up at the top if you don't have a good one. So JJ wasting no time there at the end. And I think this is still a pretty solid run, and Xein can definitely PB. Despite not the perfect fire C.
JJ having a bit of trouble getting back into the painting.
Usually you just want to you usually just want to run forward a little bit before long jumping, but JJ trying to do a tiny hop into the painting instead. Lost a few frames, or it is normally slower, but he also lost quite a few more frames by not getting over the gap, so losing a bit of time to Xein. But we'll see if Xein can make this up in the elevator star, because he's still got to do these wall kicks, which is arguably the harder part. Also, he used to go for the comfy side flip onto the first elevator, and then you would do a wall kick angle off of that one. But he went for the proper method this time. So stepping it up just a bit.
And if I'm not mistaken, it looks like Xein has had just a little bit quicker of a wet dry world. JJ going to be finishing up here with top of the town. And there's really not too much of a difference here between the two runners as they are about to go into TTM. It's only a matter of, what is it, 5 seconds?
Yeah, this is nuts.
Yeah, the run is still very close.
It's such a great show in D2, you can have runners put off such a consistent show that's close in parity and skill level as well. THI Secrets, though, could actually turn the tide for Xein, put him in the lead for the first time in the race.
Oh,
JJ with the ground pound, this is how it starts. Can he recover this?
Oh, having a bit of trouble getting
out of fire. Xein can take the lead here, getting the triple jump dive, and he's in the lead against JJ. This is what I'm saying. This
but he misses the clip.
Time, and JJ back in front.
Alright, Xein momentarily in the lead, but misses the mounting clip, and JJ, a nice quick ending there from him. So again, mistakes from both runners, and again, the gap is about the same as what it was before the star. So that was one interesting star right there.
This is such a fun race to watch, and I can't wait to see how it'll progress here. We're only in THI, and we have arguably some of the toughest stages left in the run to do. TTM and all of Tippy, of course, it's got to be said.
I thought JJ was setting up to do the mountain clip there, bailing out there, but getting to the top of the mountain, and Xein once again not far behind at all.
You'll have to see after the Promise Star, which is pretty consistent. Usually want to get about a 23 there, and I wouldn't expect to see too much spaghetti dropped. But at the same time, you don't want to take anything for granted in this game, because it will find a way to ruin your day.
Yeah, and believe me, I know this star did kill one of my PB pace runners a good few months ago, so yeah, it definitely can be costly if you fall off this platform, but I don't expect these runners to do that. JJ not getting the ground pound, I don't think it really matters too much, but losing just a tiny bit of time.
Yeah, a 32.58 for the young gun JJ, and a 33.03 or 04 for the equally young. Yeah.
Yeah, so once again, it was a 5-second difference out of wet dry world, still 5 seconds after THI. The mistakes just added up to the same amount. So both runners being equally as consistent in their mistakes, and Xein misses the TTM painting, getting a wall kick. Just a tiny bit of time loss there, but once again, you know, these tiny mistakes could decide the race. It is still very, very close.
JJ nailing the log ball kick and Xein going for it as well, getting it. This is one shot where I think you'd be forgiven to play it safe, because if you fall, it loses quite a bit of time. You have to waste a lot of time doing either the backup and getting up there the second time around. But both of them getting the log ball kick first try. We'll see if JJ and Xein both go for it again. I'm sure they will. But this will be pretty cool to see. Both of them trying to get some hot time saves over their opponent. But both of them also doing the same strat, so not able to get anything converted. Firsty from JJ. Oh, a ground pound.
Dude. This is where the mistake started in THI with a ground pound. So
that's true. Xein actually hadn't hit the slope though, a bit worse than a ground pound. There we go. Okay, Xein grabbing that star, and he's still only about 5 seconds behind.
Yeah, the mistakes are just really just so equal at the moment for each of them. They're not big mistakes by any means, but they just seem to... it's almost as though Xein is seeing what JJ is doing and be like, oh yeah, I'll match that.
Xein tries to beat these red coins, so JJ's playing it really safely. Okay. Xein going a bit faster on the reds, long jump into the maze. Hey, that was pretty clean.
Doesn't go for the side flip wall kick at the end, but I'm not sure if they really go for that in normal runs anyway, but
yeah.
Once again, nice starts from both of them, being relatively the same once again. It's going to be really interesting because, as we have seen, there hasn't really been any big mistakes, and I'm wondering, will there even be any big mistakes from these two runners, or is it just going to be these tiny mistakes that are just seconds?
I think we'll see him happen in Tippy, but honestly, getting through TTM this cleanly is so encouraging for both runners. Xein's still on PB pace, by the way, and just the fact that you can get through all these difficult stars in TTM without so much as breaking a sweat, even though you did lose a couple seconds to like ground pounds or picking up a slope, you had really no meltdown, and that's really what you want to see in TTM, just kind of keeping it together and getting through the stage without having too much time lost. I wouldn't be surprised if either runner is just... I think both runners are going to be pretty happy with that TTM, let me put it that way.
Yeah, and it's all about, you know, keeping that mindset where, like, even if you make a small mistake, you don't let it snowball into more.
Yeah.
Which both of these runners have done a very good job of preventing. And a very good start for the staff from JJ, getting up there with a wall kick. And a nice snowman's head from him. Xein bonking. Gonna just be going for the beginner strat here. Oh, but misses the wall kick. This is what I mean. There's not really any too huge mistakes, but you know, mistakes like that, it is making JJ's lead that little bit bigger.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big mistake for a short star, but at the same time, it's not a star that's easy to do right. And JJ didn't do it perfectly, but still did that much better than Xein. Probably saved another 5, 6, 7 seconds. It's hard to say. Xein, Wolf from the freezing pond. Both doing different strats here. Xein actually going around with a... He did the normal beginning, but went around. JJ actually did a slower beginning, but went for the normal box ground pound. So pretty interesting to see. And I think JJ saved a little bit of time.
Yeah, JJ did as well and missed the ground pound for a second, but you know, only a small bit of time there. So JJ getting that chill with the bully. Xein in the deep freeze, and they're both going to be going for the other star each before heading into HMC.
There we go, JJ 38.01. Xein looking to be a little bit more than 10 seconds behind at this point, but still not far at all. HMC will probably not change the lead, but in Rainbow Riot, it's anything goes, and Xein has been playing really well. And as I said before, he's still on PB pace, but not only that, it's going to be one mistake from JJ would put him back in the lead.
Yeah, so
like one death.
Back up to about a 15-second lead for JJ. Still, you know, not a big lead at all. Like, JJ can definitely still make these little mistakes, and Xein could pick up on that. They're grabbing that MIPS to get the second star from him. Going to be heading into HMC, getting this Toad Star right before. But yeah, like you said, HMC not usually a stage that really decides runs or whatever, but I mean, we could still definitely see some small mistakes from them both. We'll see how the triple jump, box jump will go for them, because that can sometimes be a bit tricky.
Yeah, I'm sure both runners will still be going for it. It's one of those strats where it's not too hard, but at the same time, it can cost you a good bit of time if you messed it up. But JJ hitting that one first try, and in Lactu Cam, he and Luigi are kind of like, I think of it as kind of brothers in a way. They do a lot of the same things, although they're very different in the way they approach the game. Luigi's all about strats and speed.
Yeah, Xein doing it in that Mario Cam.
They roll him to start.
Yeah,
He lost a little bit of
stuff
time
from them both.
But still good.
Yeah, it didn't get like straight into the star like JJ did, but again, not a very big deal. We'll see if they can get the Christmas miracle. JJ looking good.
Miraculous. Just kidding.
It's a Christmas miracle. Xein going for it as well. And nails it as well.
2 stars left, and these ones are pretty easy. I don't expect to see any big mistakes. But, you know what they say, Commentators curse, probably gonna fall in the pit and get hit by a rock and die or something like that. You never know.
Adronis definitely wants bad things to happen to these runners. Other commentator, not so much. I really want to see these guys get some really good times here.
I actually counteracted my own curse by saying what would happen to them if it were to happen. So I think they should be safe. Or will they?
Who knows? We'll have to find out. There was a slight difference in that star design, going for the triple jump wall kick, which I believe for the most part generally saves a few attempts. But
yeah, it depends on how well you do it the other way, because if you do it perfectly, you can save time, but the triple jump wall kick is a lot more consistent. It's low variance, you'll get pretty similar times every time, like mid to high 11. Or mid 11, I guess.
Xein getting trolled at birth from the boulders, but manages to avoid it, losing a little bit of time because of that, but not too much. So yeah, JJ, I mean, I think he's only lost the lead in this race once, and that was during THI Secrets, and he regained it back within that same star. But we'll see what happens here as we go into Rainbow Ride. And immediately, JJ having trouble getting into Rainbow Ride. Gonna allow Xein to catch up just a little bit there.
Yeah, this is where the run is made, though. Tippy, let's get your clocks in chat. Whatever emotes you got, start spamming them. This is where the run really heats up. And JJ getting that lag 2 bounce right off the bat. Right where he wants that lag 2 to be. He's pulling the strings and grabbing the pulls. Oh my god, Xein with the ledge gap. He's probably going to have to abort the strat here. Going for reds instead. Triple jump, wall kick back a bit slower as well. JJ, meanwhile, grabbing that star with ease. Xein done such a good run. You know he's on PB pace. He could probably get a 50 with this and PB by over a minute. So this is huge pressure for Xein. But he's starting to show cracks in Rainbow Ride. As I was saying, Tippy is where it really starts to test you mentally.
Yeah, Xein definitely under a lot of pressure, both with his PB pace and with obviously his league race, which is still, has been so close for so long. JJ going for that triple jump as well, just a little bit slower than the long jump. No, it's not a long jump, is it? That's the backup. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Xein dies!
Oh, no! Okay. You know Xein's sweating now.
I mean, that was a quick death, but even still, that could definitely play a big part in this race. You know, if Xein struggles to get his mind back into this, doesn't get the side flip, isn't going to get lag 2 bounds this time, going to have to get another backup. And this, like you said, this is where it starts. JJ just accelerating at this point. Going for the left side long jump here. And Yeah, Xein definitely needs to get back into this. His laxity bound's not going well for him right now.
Yeah, they just showing off a lot of these hybrid strats where they're not exactly the optimal way to do it, but it's still in a way that isn't so much slower, but will just be way more consistent. So he definitely has his race agenda set out, and he's following it to a T. Xein finally getting that laxity bounds. Third try is the charm. Can he make it up the rest of the way, though? Not falling down on the slope here.
Getting very high up on that pole. Being pretty safe.
Kick, and that should be good. Ground pound. There he goes.
Alright.
I thought I had cursed it there. I was like, oh, I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, you just wanted to make sure you didn't curse it, but yeah, JJ going to be going into TTC doing the 100 coin probably to start off. But yeah, Xein definitely starting to slip up here in Tippy. This is, I mean, we always say it, you know, this is where it really tests you. Xein not getting the side flip though, going to be going for the backup triple jump wall kick off the flame shooter.
Oh no! Barely didn't get it. You have to jump off the very top, and Xein taking another death. He was on 50 pace before that, and now it's still possible to PB, but it's going to be just a 51, and this is pretty tough to watch from Xein. It was looking so good, but swinging in the breeze, a tough start in some ways, but usually not when you'd expect someone to mess up.
Yeah.
And another mistake here. Can he get the backup? Okay, that works.
Right, he gets to that time around. Yeah, Xein losing a lot of time here in Rainbow Ride. Very unfortunate with him being on such good pace for so long, keeping up with JJ. Yeah, JJ now just accelerating, coming to the end of this TTC 100 coin, getting that one runaway coin, trying to get away from him. Xein entering at time moving. Gonna have to try and back it up by going for a different star here. Doing some really awkward movement on the moving blocks. Yeah,
it's really tough for Xein.
I mean, it can be very difficult to recover after having, you know, 2 deaths. Was it 2 deaths? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 deaths.
And having those mistakes on laxity bounds. I mean, it can definitely make it much harder for you to try and recover and get back into the race, get your head in the race. JJ doing his first moving star here, and Xein starting TTC 100. One coin trying to run away. He catches it before it does. But yeah, very unfortunate for Xein at the moment. But JJ just carrying on in this TTC, gets a punch there, doesn't want to go for the triple jump after that. Going to be going for the backup movement on these moving blocks.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate way to miss the cycle, but JJ showing he knows how to back it up, but still losing a good bit of time, like 5-ish seconds. And Xein, meanwhile, 100 coin going pretty decently. You know, JJ's had a slightly rocky start, but he really stabilized and finished it off cleanly. Can Xein do the same here? It would be good to see.
Oh, no.
Invisible ceiling, be able to save it with the wall kicks. Xein flexing right now, able to get that insane backup to survive and stay on the course. We saw this actually from Triforce and like the non-stop tourney. Pity was like popping off on that clip.
Oh, that was amazing. That, like, the reflexes, like, to be able to know, like, you're not going to make it and you're going to have to do, like, more than one wall kick. That was a very, very good backup there from Xein.
Yeah, you can't really practice for that happening, but you just got to be quick on your toes, and Xein really up to the task now, so he's not out of this one yet. If he fell, it probably would have been. But he still lives to fight another day. Even though JJ's pretty far ahead, Xein still has a shadow of a chance in the run. And even at a PB, his PB is a very high 51, so it's not even done yet. He just has to play really well.
Yeah, and I mean,
barely getting that.
Yeah, 1 star left here for JJ, just the red coins. I don't typically see mistakes on this. I don't want to curse it or anything.
Yeah, the pendulums will really knock you down if you hit like the wrong surface or try to ledge grab it or something. They're really annoying. Alright, no problem for JJ. No ground pound.
Ooh, he might be able to like spam and get the ground pound, and he does get the ground pound there actually.
Nice.
He was low enough where he could get the ground pound input in before collecting the star. But yeah, going to be just talking to this Toad, getting his 70th and final star. Looking like Xein will be doing maybe the red coins here with time moving. Time stopped even. Actually, no. Time jumps to moving bars, of course.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
not the
even
best-
see. I didn't even see how JJ's went because I think we were just watching Xein. But
It was pretty decent.
yeah,
At least I'm pretty
JJ.
sure.
Yeah, JJ heading into Bowser in the Sky.
And he's still on a good 50 pace here, which would be a very impressive race time for the man. You know, very consistent player, but still a 50 is nothing to laugh at. And less than a minute off of PB is insane for a 70-star race.
Entering at a very low 49 when he went into Sky. And just
bonk! Trying to make the faster cycle. Has to do the 120 back up here with the wall kick.
An admirable attempt, but getting faced with a bonk. And Xein getting a dive into the star, going to be losing a bit more time there. But yeah, going to be seeing JJ going for the left side, going for the doesn't
Wow,
quite
a
get
fall
it
there.
Does not get the triple jump. He went for the full setup with the punch and everything, but unfortunately didn't get the triple jump. He's going to have to maybe wait for it. Oh, okay.
Going for the pull, maybe? Yeah, this is huge for Xein's points as well, because if you look at the time difference, JJ was probably more than a minute ahead, but not anymore.
Xein going for the quick movement to the star door, not quite making it. But JJ about to, as long as he doesn't get trolled by the Goomba, about to enter the final Bowser fight.
Xein has a sick bits he could PB still. He has to do a children wall kick, like moving left side and hit all the throws, but it's still doable.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't want to do that angle, and I definitely wouldn't have done it either.
Yeah. But a nice backup leg, still getting the triple jump. JJ hitting his first Bowser throw. And going for at least second. And hits it. And yeah, Xein looking like he'll be going for
bullseye for JJ. And not good for Xein. This might be coffin
under the platform.
Alright, able to make it up now. Okay, losing a couple elevator cycles. Can he still PB? I don't know. I'm gonna say it's just barely dead. It was so close. He can still get a high 51 though.
Unless he goes for some godlike throws. I mean, yeah. It would be incredibly tight, but I think he will just miss out. So I would assume it would be two spin throws he'd have to go for to try and get a PB at this point. And hitting the first and second throws.
Yeah, Xein for 3. Let's see what he's got.
Oh,
bro!
Oh, he
barely off target.
Yeah, just misses. Yeah, should still be able to be within a minute here of JJ, just about. And speaking of JJ, we do have him in the call. JJ, how was that race for you, dude?
It's my best run on N64, like N64 controller, so I'll take that. Cool. But other than that, I played pretty well throughout the entire race. My end game was really solid. I coded 4 splits in my upstairs.
Wow, that is pretty epic.
Yeah, we have Xein in here as well. Xein finishing with a 52.05, just within a minute of JJ. But up until Rainbow Ride, you guys were like within 15 seconds throughout the entire race. That was such a good race to watch. How was that?
I don't know on what pace I was, but I think I was on 50 pace.
Oh, you definitely were. I was watching. You were right behind me, and I was definitely on 50. You were right behind me, and I was on like mid to low 50 pace.
Oh my god. Dude, I played so well.
I just looking at my timer. 50's so soon for you.
Yeah, that was a brilliant race. And Xein, that recovery during that TTC 100 coin with the wall kicks. What was
I don't want to sound
when that happened?
I don't want to sound cocky, but I wasn't even that impressed by it. I was like, all right, let's finish.
Well, we certainly popped off of that. That was very scary and a very, very good recovery. Yeah, JJ taking the win here. Yeah, what was your overall thoughts of the entire race?
Overall, still got practice fire. See, it's pretty much my main struggle at the moment. I went for double plus. I don't know what I was thinking. I was like in autopilot mode. Like I was going to do like HMC early, and all of a sudden, like I grabbed the bomb, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing double plus.
Yeah, but Jonas and I were both just like, okay, yeah, he's going for CCM17. We imagine he's going for HMC early, but seeing you go for it twice, you were doing your second pillars at the same time as Xein. So yeah, we were pretty surprised to see that, but you got it. So yeah, very nicely done there.
But yeah, I have to head off for tennis because I got stressed out when it said it was starting at 2.
Yeah. All right. We'll let you go then. Yeah, we have coming up Celeste in 10 minutes. We've got Black Per 420 versus Moose SR in the Any Percent League. GG to both Xein and JJ. From me and Bad Jonas, thank you for watching this race and stay tuned for more.